Welcome to Dragonfly Trading. My name is Carrie, and I'm a full-time Elliott wave trader in the crypto and forex markets. Today's video is going to be an update on Bitcoin and ETH. I know that there's some fear in the air with us rolling over here. You know, one advice that I was given and I'll give to the holders out there, you never truly lose money until you panic sell. If you bought at the top at $60,000, if you panic sell into this 29,500, you've lost money. But you've never truly lost your money unless you do that. Because what comes around goes around, and eventually, whether it takes 6 months, whether it takes a year, we will come back to the $60,000 mark. How long it will take, I can't say, but it could be much sooner than you think. So that is my advice. You never truly lose money unless you panic sell. Okay? So in my last video, I talked about an alternative count, that if we break into this channel here that's built off of what we assume is a wave 1 and a wave 2, and we break into this channel and we come into this potential wave 1, I went over an alternative count of what I thought it could be. If you haven't watched it, take a look. Am I correct? I can't say. I can't say until we see what happens here. But check it out. And yeah, so we're going to get started here. So we're going to start out on Bitcoin. Remember, this is not financial advice. This is just the way that I intend to trade the market and the way I see it. So right now I am going to assume this is a wave 1 and a wave 2 and all a wave 3, and we are making a wave 4 until we break this channel and come into this wave 1. At that point, I will assume that this is a wave 5. And I will assume that this is a top of a wave 3 of a higher degree, and we're making a higher degree 4th, which that's what I talked about in my prior video. Okay, so right now as it stands, we're okay. We haven't come into wave 1. We would have to come all the way down to $14,000 mark, which I have shown on much higher time frames in previous videos that really is our next major support level. If you take a look at the 12-month, the 9-month, the 6-month, the support level is coming in right at that $14,000 mark. That is our major support. It's where we wicked here and we had these candle bodies. And it's the same on the 12-month, 9-month, 6-month, 3-month, monthly, weekly. It's all the same, okay? So that is something to really pay attention to. And we had this shooting star candle on the 6-month that closed. So not to be bearish, but we really need to not be one-sided here. We need to look at both sides because there's always a bear and a bull count. Okay? On the weekly time frame, there is some good news. We have bullish divergence that is coming from this pivot all the way down to this pivot. So basically, price would have to break into this channel and wipe out this pivot right here where this little wave 1 was to take out that divergence. That's a pretty good dump that would have to happen there to take out this bullish divergence on the weekly. On the daily, I believe that we do, let's see. So on the daily, we have this downward motion here if we use the candle closes, which the TDI is based off the candle closes. And from this pivot on up, we do have an upwards motion. So if we can hold this upwards motion in the RSI and not break this pivot here, we'll keep that bullish divergence on the daily. Now we have wiped it out on everything lower. So on the 8-hour, we've wiped out the divergence. I'm not seeing any divergence on Bitcoin. ETH is a different story, and we'll go over that. But right now, as it stands, maybe there is a slight divergence here between all the way back here to this pivot. If we can hold it, it's not the type of divergence. Actually, no, it's not there. I'm sorry. Oops. So, we're very oversold. And let's talk about what's going on here, or what I think's going on, because it's just a, what I'm trying to say is we look at it as Elliottians as what are the counts here? How many do we have going to the upside? How many do we have going to the downside? And, it's going with the probabilities, okay? So I'm still under the assumption, and it hasn't broken my assumption here, that we've got this three-wave move to the upside, okay? Now I believe that we are making a three-wave move to the downside here. And then we're going to get some type of three-wave move or a five-wave move to the upside. How high this is going to go, I cannot say. If we even get it. Because we can turn impulsive to the downside here. And we will talk about that. But this is what we want. And how can we get that? Well, let's pull a fib extension here. And this is the exact same thing I went over in the prior video, but I'm just going over it again so that we can talk about it again. So if we're going to call this a B wave, and what we are actually making here is some type of WXY or ABC, I'm going to go with ABC. Okay. We can come down to the 1.618, and a C wave can even come down here to the 2.236. Now we have what's called an expanded B. And if you pull a fib extension from this low to this high, as you can see, that 2.236 is coming right into that expanded B pocket, which is these two fib levels here. If we come down to the 1.618 at 24,840, the expanded B option goes out the window. That is the invalidation for it. Now, one thing I do want to say is that I feel once we break this bottom, that there could possibly be some panic selling. So my last line in the sand of this potential getting this move to the upside is going to be this expanded B. And if we pull a fib extension on this over here from low to high, we have the expanded B hitting in the exact same place as this one. I mean, it can't get any more lining up perfect than this. I mean, so yeah. But we break this 1.618, it goes out the window. So like I said, I'm still holding on to the expanded B option, because what it would be is this would be an A. We would come down into the expanded B for our B, and then we would get a C. And we'd either get a running flat, which would be bearish, or we would get an expanded flat, and that's what we really want. But like I've talked about in my other videos, even if we get this C, we are going to need this partner here on the other side over here. So this partner wave, whether you want to call it an A, a B, and a C, this all here in the middle is a connector. And we're going to need this over here. And whether it comes down in 3 waves or 5, we can't say yet. Okay, so let's talk about if we don't get the C up at all. If the expanded B doesn't work out, we go through it. What are we getting here? Well, if we go through it, I will be looking at this as if this was all a 1, 2, 3 was either here or here. It doesn't matter. I'm going to go with here. No, actually here. Sorry. 4. And then this is making our 5th wave to the downside. How low this will go, I can't say. Can't say how bad the panic selling will take place. Maybe it won't. Maybe we'll get a lot of buyers that come in and just give us the most awesome hammer candle here. Who knows? But if we make 5 waves, what starts with 5 ends with 5. So at that point, we will get a rally, and the higher the rally goes, the better. We need a really big rally after that, because we're going to need another 5 waves over here. And the higher this goes, the better, because it'll make this 5 waves we need on the other side higher. Okay? So those are the options. Pretty much the same options that I said in the last video. I just wanted to go over it again, refresh your memory. Expanded B is the last option here for us to get the C wave to the upside. Once it hits the 1.618, this to me is going to be coming down impulsive and making a 5th wave. All right, let's go over to ETH and talk about ETH. ETH, same exact thing, guys. Same exact thing. We are making some kind of either 5 wave move, or this is going to turn into a B wave. So you pull from low to high here. This is the expanded B. That's our last line in the sand. And the 2.236 is coming right into it. If we hit the 1.618 at 1362, expanded B is invalid. But what we want here is for all of this to be an A, this whole thing to be a B. It could stop right where it's at if it wants to. It could come to the 1.618, or it could come down to this 2.236 and then give us the C wave up. This is what we want. This is what we want. Because of the partner that we need over here. Same exact thing. If we don't get it, then the way I see this is that this middle right here was an A, a B, and we got this C wave, which is possible because we hit the 618. 618 is the minimum requirement for a C wave. So this would be our middle connector. And what we would actually be doing right now is making our partner over here. So that would be the bearish option. if we break this 618, 1.618. And the expanded B pocket is my last line in the sand of this possibly giving us a move to the upside. But on ETH, we have some hope here because on the 8-hour, we do have bullish divergence that is holding between these pivots. As you can see, we have the downward slope and the upward slope. On the daily, let's see if we have it there. Yes, we have it on the daily also. 4-hour, we have it on the 4-hour. So looking at ETH, it gives me the hope here that maybe we're going to hold at the 1.618 or the 2.236, hold this divergence, and it's going to give us the kickoff. So I hope this helped, guys. It really wasn't much different than my last video. I just wanted to give you the reminder. I'm getting very close to 1,000 subscribers. Thank you very much, everybody. So don't forget about my giveaway. Put a comment in the description below, and I will be picking 3 winners for some hours of my time to talk about anything you want to talk about, whether it be Elliott wave or just anything your heart's desire. So that is my thank you back to all of you for subscribing, for commenting, and for watching all of my videos every time. I love you all, and I thank you very, very much. Hope you have a wonderful day.